The huge news that Jerome Powell just gave will make the whole coin market go crazy. But more than that, I think it means something very special for all of you nice people who own XRP. Of course, that's going to be on the list. We'll talk about a lot of things, like why the markets dropped so sharply and then rose again today. I'd like to begin with this chart. And you can see that CPI inflation shot up to 3.3%, even though Jerome Powell said it would go down to 3.1%. This is what the S&P 500 did when they heard this news. Also, you may have noticed that the price trends of many cryptocurrencies were very identical. In other words, XRP dropped 3% and then quickly gained back those losses. In fact, the price is just above the amount it was at before the dip. We'll talk about why that is, what's going on now, what happened with the sale of XRP, how banks have been messing with our XRP bags, and any other fun things you, the lovely people, have planned for us. However, before I do that, I'd like to talk about the latest inflation figures and how it will surprise many people by having a big impact on the markets. It's clear that people thought core CPI inflation would go down to around 3.1% and reported CPI inflation would stay the same at 2.9%. Instead, inflation hit its highest level in 6 months and showed a bigger rise. From there, things are getting worse. The main article each month, the CPI changed by 0.5% more than expected, or 0.3%. There has been a gain of 0.5% for the first time since August 2023. This one-month rise in the CPI was bigger than any other rise seen since inflation started to rise again in early 2024. Many people were thinking that this might happen as recently as 5 days ago. We will, however, talk more about that subject soon. We need to talk about a few more things first. The first is that inflation will play less of a part over time. Elon Musk will be involved in this to a large degree. He was recently quoted as saying that this is because he is in charge of the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and all government spending. Because of how debt works, everyone's interest rates will definitely go down a lot if he ends up paying off a big chunk of his debt. It is possible for people to charge lower rates when they have less debt. The economy can keep going strong because it's good for everyone. I'm really excited about this because in a couple of months, we'll start to see the benefits of Elon Musk's work at Doge. This will make the price of, the government's spending go down a lot every month. Also, it's important to note that the Pentagon already spent $32,000 on 25 new coffee cups, which is a lot more than they needed to. This kind of lying is what we're up against. No one in the world would pay $32,000 to replace 25 regular coffee mugs. The one-of-a-kind coffee cups that cost $1,000 are not like most. No, the Pentagon doesn't use fancy coffee cups. This picture only shows a small part of the Pentagon. The people of the United States have been very careless with their tax money. Plus, it's moving forward faster than anyone thought it would. With any luck, things will get better once the US government stops spending so much and pays off its debt. It's clear that big changes are also happening in the crypto world. I'd like to draw attention to the fact that Coinbase derivatives were first used on Solana futures. A bunch of new Solana ETF applications came in this morning, which made people feel even better. Coinbase also took care of this. The question of when the SEC plans to allow these Solana ETFs was also basically brought up. They said, well, we're going to start focusing on this very soon. And because of that, we don't know what really soon means. This language is used a lot in the Bitcoin business. That phrase very soon can mean tomorrow, next week, or even a month from now. But the truth is that it will happen this year. That's something that everyone can agree on. Wall Street and other big financial firms need to start offering exchange-traded funds, ETFs for XRP, Solana, and many other cryptocurrencies in order to take the market to the next level. At the moment, though, most of the market is just waiting for this to happen. If you work in retail and are waiting for this to come out, you're still in the early stages like I am. Just a friendly warning that less than 1% of people in the world already have XRP. Do not be late. How many people around the world are online at any given time? A lot more than half. You can check it out for yourself after I give you the numbers. Coins, on the other hand, are accepted much more quickly and at a higher rate than the internet. If people keep adopting cryptocurrencies at the rate they are now, there is a lot of room for growth and for some cryptocurrencies, like XRP, to really shine. Oh no, XRP hasn't pumped yet. Everyone who is getting antsy, please wait a little longer. Pay attention and hold on tight. Pay attention, these things take a while to happen. But cryptocurrency is being used more quickly than the internet, which should tell you a lot if you bought it for $3. Just wait a little longer. This will also have a big effect on the markets when we talk about politics in particular. What we're seeing here is President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin talking on the phone for a long time. They talked about many things, such as the power of the dollar, energy, AI, the Middle East, and Ukraine. As they think about the long past of our countries, they remember how well we fought together in WWI. Finally, this is what it all comes down to. We can probably expect things to get better in Ukraine soon. Russia will probably keep the part of Ukraine that it took over, and that's what they will agree on. Vladimir Putin wants to stop this from happening. Trump said, "I want to end this." Also, the market will go up after the war is over because buyers will finally know what will happen with the economy. Now, he says, things are going on. American prisoners are being freed and sent back to the US. Things look like they're moving forward here, which is great news again. Everyone hates wars. Yes, and I think it's pretty funny. George Soros recently said that his vanity became pathological when his dream of becoming president came true. This is funny because Soros made billions of dollars by shorting currencies and wrecking world economies while not caring about what happened to other people. This is different from everyone who acts like Elon Musk and Trump, especially this one person. There is no doubt that this man is one of the worst people who ever lived, but he is trying to have a moral talk about something else. Maybe you could say it's funny. Now that that's out of the way, I'd like to talk about cryptocurrency again, since it was brought up when I questioned Jerome Powell. I'm going to play this clip for you all because I think it's pretty cool. Pay attention. Indeed, I would start by saying that there are really only two things going on. For one thing, financial institutions are catering to people who want to buy cryptocurrencies. We shouldn't get in the way of these organizations helping real people who know the risks. There should be no one thing that stands out. Is this the one you're talking about? Yes. His main point is that banks can properly work with real people who want to buy cryptocurrencies, and the Federal Reserve won't stop them. You could also say that all that needs to happen is for banks to start their crypto self-custody services and let people buy cryptocurrencies. There will also be built another huge on-ramp, which could be worth trillions of dollars. In the United States, banks are full of rich people and people who have saved money. I'm really looking forward to that. If Bitcoin was easy to get and all of our banks accepted it, we would probably all use a competitive service that met our needs. That's something we can all agree on. I mean, why not? These banks don't have to use an exchange. Instead, they can work with one to offer cryptocurrency trade as one of their services. I think this will make it possible for many rich retirees and other older adults to take part, since they don't know much about how cryptocurrencies work. Actually, all they have to do is ask a bank employee to help them buy Ethereum. Ethereum was there. It was here on Ethereum that I saw an ad. Please let me buy it. This is because their banker will handle it, and then the money will be in their account. A lot of doors will open because of this, and I don't think people are really ready for it. Based on what the Federal Reserve says, I think we should be fine with this. There is no doubt that these assets are risky. We can go ahead with our plans as long as the customers know about them. Things are getting more and more unstable, so yeah, guys. The price of XRP right now is $2.45. By the way, I will keep buying things at these prices. Besides that, I have another important news to make. For your convenience, I called BitUnix, a great cryptocurrency exchange that I often talk about in my shows. This is what I always show you when I go live. For the most part, I made plans with them for a big trade battle. In other words, this is the process. If you sign up for BitUnix through my link, you can enter this trade contest. If you signed up through my link before, you will already be a part of it. In other words, this is the process. If more than $10 million worth of trades are made, the price pool will go up to $1,000.